Welcome to LifeBond's LifeSeal Surgical Sealant Kit training video. For the next few minutes, we will show you the basics of how to prepare and use the LifeSeal product. First, before using the device, please read the kit instructions for use available with each kit component. The LifeSeal kit is a single-use product comprised of sealant and a delivery system for either open or laparoscopic procedures. Both delivery system sets are sterile and contain one applicator unit, a priming insert, and two short tip assembly units. LifeSeal's laparoscopic applicator also contains a specially designed laparoscopic extension tip. The sealant is supplied in a cartridge containing two pre-filled syringes. Product preparation. At least 8 hours prior to use, the cartridge should be warmed in a warming device, such as an incubator, set to 24 degrees Celsius. Be sure to mark the date and time of warming. While stored in warming, LifeSeal can be used up to 2 weeks. Thereafter, unused units should be discarded. Please note that once removed from warming, LifeSeal should be used within 30 minutes. It is recommended, therefore, to start product assembly only when the surgeon is ready to apply the sealant. Make sure the tissue site area is dry and clear from any tissue remnants. Product assembly. Prepare the components of the LifeSeal delivery system onto a sterile field and the LifeSeal cartridge in the non-sterile area of the operating room. Before loading the cartridge into the delivery system, carefully uncap the syringes. Note that syringe content is sterile, but the outer surface of the cartridge is not sterile. Make sure to avoid any contact with the exposed syringe tips. Next, carefully drop the cartridge into the applicator in the correct orientation. Make sure to avoid any contact between the non-sterile cartridge and the outer sterile surface of the applicator. Now, in the sterile field, close the applicator cover and lock by pressing on both sides. Next, connect either the laparoscopic extension tip for laparoscopic procedure or the short tip assembly for open procedure by holding the tip from the connection point and turning it clockwise. The flexible tip can be manually angled before and during application for hard-to-reach locations. Before applying the sealant onto the tissue, extrude initial sealant portion into the priming insert. To do so, hold the applicator with the tip facing up and squeeze the trigger. When the sealant reaches the tip end, extrude a small amount to fill the cavity of the priming insert. Make sure the sealant exits in a clear, continuous stream. The applicator is now ready for use. From this point, sealant should be immediately applied onto the tissue site, as interruption of more than 1 minute may result in the tip plugging up. Please make sure to keep the stapler in place until all application and curing steps have been completed. Application to tissue site. Once the anvil and shaft of the stapler are connected, partially close the stapler and leave a gap of 0.5 to 1 centimeters. In the gap, apply a thin layer of LifeSeal between the serosal surfaces by squeezing the applicator trigger. Each squeeze will extrude a small amount of sealant. Then, close and fire the circular stapler and continue applying the sealant around the circumference of the anastomotic staple line. For optimal performance, make sure to apply a thin layer of sealant with minimal interruptions as possible. During the application, partially open the stapler for tissue relaxation. The flexible tip can be angled to apply the sealant on the posterior side of the anastomosis. The sealant should cover the entire anastomosis circumference and extend from both sides of the staple line. Exposed linear staple lines created as part of the anastomosis should also be covered with LifeSeal for maximal staple line reinforcement. Note: a maximum of 2 LifeSeal units may be applied per patient during surgery. Once sealant application is complete, a final curing process is required. First, wait for 2 minutes. During this time, avoid contact with fluids or adjacent tissues. After 2 minutes, gently rinse all sealant sites with at least 10 milliliters of saline. Then, allow another minute for the sealant to achieve its full sealing properties. Application is now complete. Storage conditions. For long-term storage, LifeSeal should be kept refrigerated at 2 to 8 degrees Celsius, according to the expiration date appearing on the box. Once warmed, LifeSeal should not be returned to the refrigerator. For more information about the LifeSeal surgical sealant or how to use it, please refer to the instructions for use or visit www.life-bond.com.